friend. I am so excited that you are here to join me today for how to use TikTok to promote your clay earring business. I am going to show you the best types of video styles to use as a clay earring creator, different content ideas that you can post for a full portfolio of videos on your TikTok page, and best practices for optimizing those videos to help reach your ideal customer. Before we dive in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Emily Rochotte, and I am a social media manager and content writer who works with creative small business owners just like you to help promote your business and get you in front of the right audience. So, before we dive in even further, let us cover the basics about TikTok. If you are not familiar with TikTok or have not used the platform too much, it is a video focused platform primarily, though there is photo on there, but it is also a search engine. Oftentimes, TikTok gets lumped in with other social media platforms, and that is not incorrect. It is consumed as a social media. There is a thing called the For You page that people scroll through, much like you would scroll through an Instagram feed or the Instagram Discover page. But people are using TikTok as a search engine as well when they're looking for something specific. So the way that we create content is a little bit different because we want to create content that is searchable and helps reach people when they're looking for you, but also helps people discover you when they're scrolling through it as a social platform. So, what kind of TikTok content do we create for our ideal audience? We want to have our videos fall into one of these four categories. We want something that is educational, something that has a takeaway. Can they learn something about your business? Can they learn something about how you make your earrings? Can they learn something about the supplies and what goes into making their earrings? And then we also have transformational video content. So this looks like before and afters. This looks like everything from the clay that you use to the final product and how you created it. Storytime videos are another very popular one. If you scroll through TikTok, you may see people looking at the camera telling a story that may or may not have anything to do with what they're doing in the video. This is very popular with get ready with me videos where people are putting on their makeup and they're just telling a story about their life. This is a great way to keep people engaged and entertained and get to know you as the business owner while also, working on your earrings and showing them what it is that you do. It's a great way to save time creating content because not only are you working, but you're also connecting with your audience and getting social media content out of it all at the same time. And then there's trend content. This is a lot of what creates those viral videos that we see. This can look like using audio that's very popular and being used a lot as the background for your video, especially if you are making a transformational video where you're not necessarily talking. Adding a trending audio to that is a great way to give it a further boost. We want our videos to fall in at least one of these categories, but oftentimes there's going to be overlap. Like I said, trending audio with a transformation. Maybe you are providing education while giving a story time. Maybe you are providing a voiceover, narrating how you're making your earrings as you show that transformational content. There are a whole bunch of different ways, and we're going to dive more into different types of videos, but we want them to fall into at least one of these four buckets. How we create those videos is going to look a few different ways, but the three main types of video styles are to showcase your work, show people what it is that you offer, breaking the fourth wall, which is when you talk directly to the camera and you create that relationship with the viewer on the other side, and B-roll with text. B-roll is video footage that we have that doesn't have any narration or anything on it, and we can just put text right over it, or you could add your own vocal narration to it as well. So what does a video showcasing your work look like? It can look like a before and after, one of those transformational videos I talked about. It can look like showing the step-by-step process of creating your earrings, or it can look like showing one of those steps up close. Maybe it's how you roll your clay out or how you shape it, or you're telling people, how you mold it without getting your fingerprints in it, or how you create a certain texture or certain style. Any of those are different video ideas that are engaging to viewers. Because when I tell you I have fallen down the TikTok rabbit hole of clay earring creators, I definitely have, and I have watched so many clay earring videos that I can tell you a lot of what people are doing and what seems to be really working for creators. Breaking the fourth wall is another way because it is creating that relationship. If somebody is looking to make a purchase, they want to give their money to somebody who they trust. And while we can never fully know or trust people through a screen, the easiest and best way to do it is to show up consistently and also show your face. Who is behind this business? Who's the team behind the business? Who might be packing my order? Maybe you're a really large business, but there's humans behind it. And when it comes down to it, if you are a consumer who is between two different shops who sell very similar styles, consumers are often more likely to go with someone who they can relate to, or who they feel there's a personal connection to, or who is someone that they really enjoy watching on TikTok. So these videos allow you to share a detailed tip about what you do, share something about yourself, a story time, answer a question. As you post more to TikTok, you may find that people are going to comment on your videos and ask questions about your products, about your supplies, about your shipping, about all kinds of things. And you can use those comments to make videos. When you have a comment, you can click on it and respond with a video. And it'll just put the question that they asked or their comment right up in the video. And it's basically a free content idea that somebody in your audience has given you, because if they have that question or they have that response, likely there are other people who may have that as well. This is also a great way to give a tutorial, and you can combine this with showing your work by talking to the screen while you are working on something in front of you. The third common video style is the B-roll with text that I mentioned, and this looks like maybe you already have video footage of you rolling out your clay or shaping it or gluing your earring backings on or what have you, and you want to add music to it and you want to share a tip about it, like how to maybe you're filming a video on how to keep your earrings clean, and so you just want to share a little text tip on the best product to do that, or what you want to avoid. Do you want to avoid exposing them to certain elements or certain things to help preserve them and make them last longer? Quick little text tip is a great way to do that, or share a little list. Maybe you create a certain theme type of earring and you want to give 4 different examples of where to wear it or how to style it. That's another way you can add text to your screen, and it's a great way if you're somebody who wants to put a video up that day but don't feel like being on camera, or maybe you're just on the go and you want to edit a video without needing to film anything or show up. B-roll footage that you already have is a great way to do that. Ideally, we want to kind of alternate between these to give people a full picture. I know showing up on camera can be really scary, but it is the video style that does usually get the most engagement. So we want to alternate between those to paint a full picture of our business for our audience. So with those video styles, what can we be creating? What are the main types of videos that clay earring creators are making right now? Like I said, I really started scrolling and searching and looking at all the different types of clay earring videos, and here are the main types of video content that I found. This is not examples as in we want to copy what other people are doing. These are examples that are getting higher engagement and are what are holding people's attention span and are what are interesting to people who are wanting to consume clay earring content. So tutorials is a big one. Now, this may sound scary. Like, why would I want to teach somebody how to make this? They'll just go do it themselves. But the truth of the matter is that if they wanted to make it themselves, they will. And if they don't, they are going to be interested in how it's made. And they're going to be like, wow, that's really cool. I'm never going to take the time to buy that material or make that for myself. I'll just buy it from this person. So you will provide value to people inevitably who want to go and make it themselves. But the majority of content on TikTok showing how to make clay earrings is people doing exactly that. They're showing tutorials on different steps of the process, how they make those patterns, how they paint the earrings, how they get those textures, any kind of tutorial content, but also behind the scenes content, filming your workspace, filming how you do that. It's one thing to be like, here's how to make this smooth texture on clay. It's another thing to be like, here's how I do it. I'm doing it right now. Like in this example here for behind the scenes, you see the tool they're using to create those indentations. Packing an order is another very common video style. And while that may not seem interesting, the more that you do it, I find the more that creators get interest in it. They find that people are commenting, hey, can you pack my order on a video? Here's my order number. And some creators who have very, very large audiences, I see them go live just to pack their orders. And people will watch and they'll get very invested, and you'll see what people are ordering, what people are pairing things with. Maybe you also sell, necklaces or other forms of jewelry, and you can see, Jen from Texas bought these earrings and this necklace and they pair great together, and here's your order, Jen, and on to the next person. So packing an order is another great way. It also shows the attention and the detail that goes into your packaging, and you're not just throwing it in a box and shipping it off. You really care about what they're receiving when they open it on the other end. Sharing your supplies is another great one. Again, not because people are going to just copy it and make it themselves, but people are curious. What is the quality that goes into your product? Especially things like earring backings. What kind of, are they hypoallergenic? What kind of metals and materials are in those? What kind of glue are you using to adhere them to the back? Is there resin involved? What kind of paints are you using? Great because people are interested, and also great because people need to know from an allergen perspective as well. Highlighting a step. A video can just be a very quick, here's how I made a rose, here's how I made a knot. That's it. It only needs to be a few seconds. It doesn't need to be the whole process all the time, especially if you're creating one very intricate detail. Showing your collection is another way to really paint a whole picture for people of what you offer. Maybe you have 20 different styles, or maybe you're creating a collection right now and you want to just introduce that new collection, or maybe you have a few different styles that would pair really well for a Taylor Swift costume for a concert, or maybe you would have a few styles that would pair really well for a certain holiday or a certain event, or you could show how you style those earrings. Here's what I wore for casual Friday. Here's what I wore with a dress to go to a party, etc., etc. Those are all a variety of different videos that you can make. And then if you're still like, I'm not really sure what to post, like what are people searching for? Let's dive a little bit deeper into some more video inspiration. On top of taking the time to scroll through and see what people are posting, TikTok is also going to do the research for you, and this is the best way to get answers to your questions without falling fully down the TikTok rabbit hole of watching a whole bunch of videos. When you search on TikTok, for example, I searched clay earrings. It will show you, first, it will show you a TikTok shop. It'll show you what's available for purchase there. If that's somewhere you sell your earrings or are considering, it's a great way to search what's available. Then it's going to show you a few of the top videos that come up, and they may be older, they may be recent. It's really just what's performing really well at the time. Underneath that, it is going to show you others searched for, and it is going to give you so many video ideas based on exactly what people are looking for. So maybe you're like, oh, I have a lot of clay stud earrings. Let me make some videos about that because people are looking for that. Or maybe you make some really niche clay earring designs that are for a specific market. That could be something you could talk about. Maybe they're goth clay earrings or weird polymer clay earrings or what have you. If your designs fall into that, capitalize on that, make videos about that. People are looking, and then they can find you as another option in their search as something that they can shop from. When you keep scrolling, a few videos happen, and then another one of these boxes pops up, and again, so many more video ideas. Maybe you do want to create tutorials because ultimately you want to sell kits to make earrings, or you want to be the person that educates people on how to start their clay earring business. Polymer clay earring tutorials for beginners is a commonly searched one. There are people who are coming because they want to make them. So maybe you can show them tutorials and then direct them to your YouTube for longer form tutorials, or direct them to your website for a free email download of all the supplies that they would need to purchase. Cottage core polymer clay earrings is another one that shows us that we can insert whatever kind of style word would describe our designs, and then write polymer clay earrings because people are looking for earrings to go with all kinds of styles: dressed up, dressed down, cottage core, boho, etc., etc. This goes on and on as you continue to scroll, and there will be more. And as you search other topics, so maybe you make clay necklaces or you make other types of jewelry, search those as well. It'll give you endless content ideas. Now we've made our videos. How do we get them to reach the most people that we can, but that are also the right people? We don't want to focus on how many views we get. We want to focus on how much we can reach the right person. Thousands and thousands of views are only so great if they are reaching people who have pierced ears and are interested in buying what it is that you offer. So how do we create content that's relevant to the platform? Film your videos outside of TikTok. We don't want watermarks on them. We don't want Text, for example, if you have reels and you download those and you remove the watermark and you post them to TikTok, that's great. We definitely want no watermark. But also, if it has Instagram text, it's different fonts and different colors than TikTok has, and people are going to notice that. TikTok knows they're going to be less likely to push it out, and vice versa. If you have TikTok videos that you're downloading and removing the watermark, Instagram is not going to be as thrilled about that either, because it can just identify, TikTok text and TikTok trends and things like that. You want to make sure that your videos are educational, but not over promoting. Don't make every video say, buy this, buy that, head to the link in my bio, head to my Etsy shop, head to this, head to that. We want that. I'm not saying never do that, but for a couple of reasons. One, people are less likely to just see one video and immediately go purchase from you, especially if they've never seen you before. They're going to go to your profile and want to watch more videos, or they're going to scroll past you and need to see your videos in the future more times. So your call to action could be something like follow for more clay earring styles, or follow for more style tips if you're doing a lot of videos on how to style your earrings, or follow for more tutorials if you are leaning into wanting to be an educational side of a clay earring business. TikTok and all social platforms like you to keep people on the app, and if you're always causing them to leave and go to your website, they may be less likely to push your content out because they want people to stay with them. So it's not to say you can't promote. Your website should be in your bio, your Instagram should be linked in your bio. It helps people know where else to look for you, but we don't want every video to read as a sales pitch or an ad. Create content that has a takeaway. This goes back to the educational and transformational videos, especially. We want people to leave that video having learned something or been inspired, or at least know a little bit more about you and your business. We also want to use relevant hashtags as the best way to help people find you. Too often, I see people use hashtags that are relevant to of the moment trends, or hashtag FYP, which is not going to help your video land on more people's For You page. We want to use between 3 and 9 relevant hashtags that are about what is going on in your video and will help tell TikTok in search like what your video is about. Because yes, a boost for a trend may be helpful for a day or two, but we're not focused on how many people we can reach. We're focused on reaching the right people, and having those hashtags will make your content evergreen, which means that if somebody is searching for, Taylor Swift clay earrings in 3 months, they are going to be more likely to still see your video because you've told TikTok what exactly is happening in your video. Keep your videos short and to the point. If you are filming a longer process, like rolling out your clays and mixing them to make certain colors and patterns, try filming that on hyperlapse so the video moves a little bit quicker. Attention spans are short. People want to see consistent movement. Same with telling a story or providing a voice narration. We want to keep it quick and to the point. People want in and they want out. And ultimately, we want to treat others as we want to be treated. If you are wondering why people aren't liking your video or following you or commenting, ask yourself if you're doing the same. Can you find accounts that are relevant that, maybe it's a local boutique, or it's somebody who has a clothing shop that has designs that would pair really well with yours. Or maybe it's somebody who has made a video. People are always looking for advice, right? Maybe somebody's made a video looking for jewelry recommendations, or they're looking to style an outfit. Maybe you want to follow stylists. You want to connect with people that are relevant to you the way that you want people to go out of their way to search for people like you. So if you're not doing it back, make sure you spend some time fully engaging on the platform. So to quickly recap, we want to make sure that your TikTok videos are providing value to people, they are to the point, and that they are showing who you are and what you offer, so that people can get a full picture of your incredible clay earring business and all of the amazing things that people can buy from you. If you have questions or you enjoyed today's presentation, I would love for you to tag me on social media at Emily Rochotte, and to thank you for being here today and help you to further create more incredible TikTok videos. If you head to emilyrochotte.com/clay, I have a video shot list guide on there of all different types of videos that you can film, best angles to get, tools to record your best video, and how to use that content so it does not just sit building dust in your phone gallery, never to see the light of day on social media. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the Clay Earring Summit.